didn't just keep the baby because she had promised to give it back to God. And she brought the baby and gave the baby to stay and serve in the temple. Let me tell you my family story. I asked my nephew to go to the village and take the sister to live with her in the city and help her through school. And my nephew told me that it is your sister's daughter. I do not take care of other people's children. So I went home and took my sister's daughter. She lived with me. And after some time, this same young man told me that my wife cannot be suffering in the house with children, and then my sister will be working for your wife. And someday when I came back from work, I said, where is she? And I was told that she packed her things. She came back from school, packed her things, and went to the brother's house. I said, that's fine. That's how we are, like human. You know what to do, which is right. You stubbornly refuse to do it. But somewhere along the line, you like to benefit from what other people have planted. Well, I say that story to say that we should learn to sow seed so that we can harvest. You should learn to plant so that you can have a harvesting season. Hannah gives us another insight about stewardship. You know, we all live in this world and we enjoy all the pleasures of life. And sometimes you really give 100% to your job. That's good because the job helps you pay your apartment, the job helps you feed the family. But remember something, you're working in the vineyard of somebody. God owns the job. He owns the boss of that job. And he is in charge. And he can tell you, your job is finished today. He can tell you, they're downsizing, and those who will want to remain here will take a pay cut. My brothers, my sisters, we are stewards in the Lord's, over the Lord's property. Even the children that God gives to us, they are God's children. And we are stewards taking care of the children. The businesses that we manage, we are stewards taking care of God's property. And the money that we have is God's money. And God requires us every time that we meet to bring a tithe. A tithe is 1/10 of what you earn. Maybe at work, maybe from your gifts. Anything that comes to you, 1/10 of it belongs to God. How many of us are working hard in keeping that? I know people who will fight because they were supposed to make an increment of 5 pennies at a job, and they didn't give them. But how many of us fight to make sure that God gets his tenth out of what we have? God requires your tenth. He requires your free will offering. And God requires your help, donation for unplanned things. And now, it's a good example of a steward. Let us be good stewards of the various gifts that God has given to us, so that when we give, we expect God to receive our gift like the two first sons. You remember them? Somebody remember the two first sons who had to give an offering to God?
Cain and Abel.
Cain and Abel. And whose son was received? Abel, because Abel made a good offering. He gave his best. And Cain kept the best for himself. And at the end of the day, he didn't feel appreciated because God doesn't appreciate our leftovers. The Bible clearly tells us that we should bring our first fruits to the Lord, not our leftovers. If you bring your leftovers, just know our God is not going to appreciate it. He is not the God of leftover. He is the master and Lord of all that we have. And the Bible tells us that all that we have, including us, our life, is God. So bring it to God freely. Somebody will read for us Mark 12, 41 to 44. And the next person, 2 Corinthians 1 verse 8. When we give, we should give sacrificially. Because when we sacrifice, we will appreciate it, we will enjoy it. Somebody said, if you really want to know that you have given, the giving should hurt you.
2 Corinthians, 1 Corinthians.
2 Corinthians 8 verse 1.
8 verse 1.
Mark 12, 41 to 44. Did somebody find Mark 12, 41 to 44?
Sitting across from the temple treasury, he watched how the crowd dropped money into the treasury. Many rich people were putting in large sums, and a poor widow came and dropped in 2 tiny coins, worth very little. Summoning his disciples, he said to them, I assure you, this poor widow has put in more than all those given to the temple treasury, for they all gave out of their surplus. But she, out of her poverty, has put in everything she possessed, all she had to live on.
Amen. You know that story. Let me give you the lesson why we have to read this passage. God is interested in our equal sacrifice, not an equal amount. Because we all don't work the same place, we don't earn the same amount. But God is only asking for 1/10. So everybody can afford a 1/10. 110 is an equal sacrifice. A levy